There we go. Here we go, guys. Let's take a look at it. We have, I believe this is for the knight. Shield of wall of shield. For 10 seconds, you put a center on yourself. For 21 squares, and then you reduce physical damage by 40%. So basically, it's gonna create like a giant shield. You know how like in the trailer there was like a knight with that little circle thingy that pops up? So that is that. They have Kisa의 의지. I believe this is a active skill. Excuse me. What it does, you use your strength from your shield, and for 2 seconds you attack 2-meter radius of enemy up to 8 monsters. Wait, what? Wait, 1 second. 방패임을 빌려 2초 동안 자신의 포함한 반경 2m 내고 나는 아군 8명의 적의 공격부터 완전히 보호한다. 기사의 의지 발동 중에는 즉시 시전 스킬을 제외한 다른 행동을 불가하며 일부러 강력한 공격을 막아낼 수 있다. Basically, this is gonna be a block. Pretty much a block. Blocking yourself from attack from 8 monsters at once for 2-meter radius. So, if the monsters within the 2-meter radius, you could use this, and then it will block. Alright, next one. You're not saying that. I actually got to read this time. Next one is a passive ability. 사실 현재 HP가 50% 이상일 때 평균 심표를 되찾아 적에게 입히는 모든 데미지가. So whenever your HP is above 50%, you're gonna increase your damage by 15%. That is pretty good. So it will be very important for knights now to keep your HP high and stay high to do more damage. And lastly, another passive, shield mastery. 실드를 더 잘 다룰 수 있다. 실드를 장비는 크리컬을 저항력이 60, 완전 방어 확률이. So with the shield mastery, basically what's gonna happen is your critical is gonna increase by 60, and your total block chance is gonna increase by 5%. So that is a very big passive ability. I think that's really big for you guys, for the knight people. I think this is gonna be very huge. I'm definitely sure you guys gonna be mastering this first.
Yeah, shield mastery.
Yep. Looks we're gonna get some weed for that update.
For thieves and cannon mastery for the gunner.
You guys are so funny, man. Stop, Aqua Stony. Damn. Alright. Next one is gonna be for Ranger. Sharp Eyes is a active skill. Use 15 SP and within the 3 meters of up to 5 monsters. Basically, you're gonna pretty much activate this Sharp Eyes onto the monster. Basically, you're gonna put a debuff on them, and then for 300 seconds, your critical accuracy, your critical chance is gonna be increased by 62% whenever you're attacking that monster. So, yeah, increasing your crit chance for 62. That's pretty good. Yeah, Sharp Eyes. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Next one we have active, another active skill, which is Soul of the Eagle. Basically, 독수리 전기를 받아 10초 동안 몇 초마다 SP 회복하고 독수리 전기를 유지하는 동안 공격이 멈추시킬 때마다 독수리의 대상 공격이 데미지를 푼다. 독수리 대상 공격 뒤 2초 동안 다시 공격할 수 있다. Basically, once you have the Eagle active, you get to use this, and for 10 seconds, you're gonna recover your SP by 25. So, per second. So you're gonna be gaining 25 SP per second for 10 seconds while you use this ability. And then when you attack, as you attack, the Eagle's gonna attack for 120%, but once the attack, it's gonna like stay still for 2 seconds and then attack. So it's gonna go in a 2-second interval. So hit, stay, hit, stay, hit, stay, all that jazz. But the cooldown, cooldown is very long, 180 seconds. That's crazy. Zon, what's up, man? I'm just going over the level 40 skills right now. Next ability is a passive ability. It's called Snipe. Basically, within the 3m, 적이 없는 저주에 대한 집중력이 상승, 적에게 입히는 모든 데미지가. So basically, within the 3m, if there's no monster around you, and then you're attacking a monster away from the 3m, then you do 15% more damage. So similar to how like Knight had when you have a 50 HP or higher, you get 15% damage. Same thing with the Ranger, but you just gotta be away from the monster in order for you to do 15% more damage. Pretty good, pretty good. Really, takes a good thing about Ranger. I know it looks good. Is that the first skill for Ranger bossing skill? Sharp Eyes, you could probably use it because it's gonna raise the crit chance. Also Snipe, which is a passive ability, which is gonna increase. All these gonna definitely be viable for bossing, I believe. Next one is action skill. What it does, Eagle Glide. You use 120 SP and for 7.5 meter, you're gonna fly there. So basically, you're gonna use your eagle to zap 7.5 meters. But you gotta pretty much use up all your EP while you're doing this. But pretty good mobility, I should say, for Rangers, because I believe they aren't as mobile as of right now. But this will definitely increase and then this will really get them away from the monsters too, for the snipe ability to really kick in as well. So pretty good stuff. Let's move on to the next one. We have Berserker stuff. First one is called Earthquake. Basically, he's gonna throw down his gigantic sword on the ground, and for 5 seconds, it's gonna activate the Earthquake for 17 squares. So as you can see, it's like 17 squares. And every second, it's gonna deal 60% of damage. And then you're gonna slow, like, for a brief second, pause the monster. So it's not a stun, it's not a slow, it's just gonna interrupt them, I should say, for as they get hit. It's kind of like stun, right? Yeah, for 5 seconds though. For 5 seconds, hitting 60% damage every second. So pretty nifty. Not a lot, pretty good AoE ability, I should say. Next one is another active skill, which is 황준의 혼. 버라뽀. 두려움을 잊는 채 모든 것을 파워르르르 12초 동안 크리컬 명중이 20. 이동 속도, 공격 속도가. Okay, so basically it's kind of like a Berserker style. I think you saw it at the trailer when one of the Berserker kind of goes all glowy and stuff like that. Basically what it does is for 12 seconds you're going to be activating this, increasing your crit chance by 20, and movement speed and attack speed increased by 25%. So finally Berserker has a way of really sticking to the target now, which is fantastic. So yeah, pretty cool. Next one, we have passive ability. What it does is 공격이 명중할 때마다 5초 동안 적에게 입히는 every time you attack the monster, it's gonna put up a debuff on the monster for 5 seconds, and all the damage it takes after that is gonna increase by 4.5%. And then you could do this up to 20%, 20 times, so pretty much 15%. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Or 10%? Am I doing that right? Yeah, 10%. So every time you attack, you're gonna put up a debuff that lasts for 5 seconds, which increase your attack by 0.5%, and you could stack that up by 20 times. So do the math, 10%, right? Yeah. So if you have a 20 stack of debuff of this, then it's gonna be 10% damage increase for you. So basically, you probably gotta keep on attacking it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right. Next ability is a passive ability called Endure. 현재 HP가 15 이하일 때 사용하는 모든 스킬 SP가 소모양이 20% 모든 번의 데미지가 산. So when your HP gets below 15%, all your skill that uses SP gonna take 20% less resource, and you're gonna take all incoming damage gonna be reduced by 20% as well. So kind of like last will kind of thing, you know. Like as you get low HP, you go on a berserking mode by spamming other skills, but at the same time you take less damage. Yeah, but who in the right mind will want to stay at 15% HP? But yeah, so these are the Berserker skill. Pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. Next one we're gonna look at Thief. I'm sure a lot of you guys are Thief class, so let's take a look at this. First one is Mean Supap. This is the active skill. You're gonna use 30 SP. Wait. No, you're gonna restore 30 SP. And then you're gonna go into mean state for 5 seconds. 중에는 아력한 수법을 일부 스킬을 강화시키고 이동 속도가. Yeah, basically. Oh, so now we get to actually. We have a ability to. Yeah, get the mean state. We don't have to wait for the proc. We could actually activate it now, which is fantastic. And also you replenish your 30 SP, so hallelujah. Alright. Okay, moving on. Alright, more regen, more bursty abilities happening coming your way. Next one we have is passive ability. What it does is whenever you avoid an opponent's attack, you're gonna regenerate 11 SP, and for 5 seconds your physical attack is get increased by 25%. And if you counter it for 5 seconds, basically you can't reactivate this passive every 5 seconds, within 5 seconds. So what it does is once the monster hits you and you dodge it, then you're gonna get 11 SP, and for 5 seconds you're gonna be able to do 25% more physical damage. Pretty cool. But you cannot do it like within 5 second period. Yeah, duration. Next one we have passive called Nimble Body. Typical stuff. What it does is you're gonna increase your avoidance by 20 increase avoidance by 20 and increase luck by 15%. So your base damage is definitely your base attack is gonna go up, guys. Here we go, Nimble Body right there. Heck yeah. Yep.
Shit.
And lastly we have action skill, which is Haste. What it does, you consume 120 EP and 3 meter and 3 and then once you
Finally.
once you click this, what's gonna happen is within your 3 meter radius around you, it's gonna increase your movement speed for 2 seconds for 65%. And then you could use this while
for a short period.
yeah, and then you could use this while you're spamming other skills. So it interrupts any other skill, and then this gonna come first. So let's say you're spamming your poison dagger and also you gotta run, you could click on this button and then you could run, which is crazy. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, so more mobility, more SP regen, recovery system for Thief for him to really combo everything up. And yeah, fantastic stuff, man. Next up we're gonna look at Assassin. Let's look at the first active skill. Fatal Attack. What it's gonna do is okay, so basically for 12 seconds you're gonna be getting a critical. Oh my goodness, this is so this is it, guys. This is it. For 12 seconds, you're gonna be doing nothing but crit. This is the ability right here. Oh my goodness. I thought it was 7 seconds, but it's 12 seconds. That's crazy. 12 seconds of nothing but crit. 12 seconds of nothing but crit. Right here, guys. This fatal attack. Be sure to master this ASAP. I can use my entire SP in 2 seconds, but 12, yeah, right? What's the cooldown? It's gonna have 120 second cooldown. 120 second. So that's 2 minute. 2 minute cooldown. So you're probably not gonna be able to spam it, but yeah, dude, once you get your, yeah, anyways. Next skill is, it's a passive ability called Keen Eyes. But within 7.5 medias. So within the 7.5 medias, if there's only one monster, then you're gonna be doing 15% more physical attack, physical damage. So kinda same as the ranger with his snipe ability, snipe passive ability. This is for the assassin, but it has to be only one monster within 7.5 meter. So it's probably gonna be more oriented towards bossing, because boss only have one monster you gotta deal with. For mobbing, you're probably not gonna see this more often, next one is another passive ability, Cold Heart. What it does is 저에게 치명적인 공격을 가할수록 더욱 냉철해진다. 공격이 크리티컬 발동하면 경우 회복한다. 냉정한 기술이. So basically, every time you crit, you're gonna restore 5 SP. This is pretty much what it is, this passive. And then this effect does not, so it has a 2 second duration, what is that called? Gap in between? Within 2 seconds, you cannot allow this. Freak. But yeah, every time you crit, you're gonna restore 5 SP. So who knows? Maybe in the future we're not even gonna be able. Probably don't even have to use our basic attack to get SP, man. With all this stuff happening right now, that's pretty cool.
Nope.
It's 2 minutes though.
No, 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds you get it. So if you crit every 2 seconds, then you're gonna get 5 SP every 2 seconds, pretty much. Next one is an active skill, which is Grind Star. That's the one that you guys saw, with the giant star spinning around the monster. You're gonna consume 30 SP, and then you're gonna throw a giant star in the 7 meter, and it's gonna hit 3 meter of that circle of that star, hitting up to 5 monsters for 58% damage for 7 times. So very good mobbing skill, I should say. Another mobbing skill for assassin. But yeah, dude, the passives and active, one of the active, like the crit, 12 second crit stuff, is pretty cool. Alright, let's move on to, what is this? I believe this is Wizard. Alright, let's see. First active skill. What it does is 몸의 대량 마력을 방출하여 15 동안 자신의 중심으로 다속한 영양 마법진을 생산한다. 마법진의 마력을 흡수한 아군은 10초 동안 마법 공격이 결정된다. Basically, for 50 seconds, it creates a aura, I should say, which is 5 square with it from the person who uses it, and then it creates this, what's magic gin? But whoever absorbs it for 10 seconds, they're gonna do 25% magic damage. So basically, you could see it as a increase your damage ability, kind of like PvP potential on that. Yeah, definitely, I could see that. Next one is active. It's called Infinity. 보인된 마력을 해제하여 8초 동안 모든 스킬 SP 소모 없이. Oh my goodness. Alright, infinity is pretty much what it says. For 8 seconds, you're not gonna use any SP and you get to spam the crap out of all your skills. What? What? Balance much, right? Freaking A, balance much. Alright, moving on. Another passive ability is called Lightning Master of Lightning. 모든 번개 속성 스킬의 데미지가 8% 증가하며 번개 속성 스킬을 명중 시 20% 확률 대시. So basically what this does is one second, I get a text message. Basically what it does is you're gonna increase your lightning damage by 8%, and then whenever your lightning damage crits, you have a 20 chance of stunning the monster for 0.5 seconds. So yeah, pretty crazy. Next ability is another passive. It's gonna be Master of Fire. Basically, this is gonna increase your fire damage by 8%, and once the fire crits, you have 4% chance of activating this buff for 10 seconds. That lasts for 10 seconds, and all your fire damage gonna add additional 29% damage. But it does not reoccur every 5 seconds. Oh my goodness, dude. Wizard is gonna be so bursty as hell, dude. Why can't they like stop with the mainstream? Whatever. But yeah, Fireball anywhere. You use this, and then you get the freaking proc, and then you use Infinity, and then you just spam Fireball. How crazy is that? Think about it, people. That's just like damage overload right there. But anyways, moving on. Moving on. Next we're gonna look into is Priest, and basically what it does is this is one of the active skill. 땅의 신성한 길을 시대 붙여 10초 동안 자신의 중심시를. This is the one of the ability. You know how like there was a trailer where there's a priest and then it has the yellow glowing cross underneath their body, or yeah, underneath their body, and then healing and then damaging. Basically it damaged the monster for 180%, and then it heals for 100%. So yeah, that's the little cross thing, you know. Tell me what the new priests basically do. Yeah, I know. So basically this is gonna be the AoE healing that the priest's gonna have. Next one we have is another passive. It's a healing mastery. Basically all your healing skills, HP and SP regen, is gonna increase by 15%. There you go. Yeah, so basically, yeah, SP and HP regen skills gonna get 15% buffed, passive. Next one is another active skill. It's called Holy Symbol. What it does is within the 4.5 meter, for 10 seconds, every second everybody's gonna receive 15 SP regen. So if you have this, which is healing mastery, and then use this, this 15 could be little more than that because you get the 15% both buff. So yeah, Holy Symbol, it increase basically replenish your SP. So yeah. Next we have action skill, which is Angel's Wing. What it does, you consume 120 EP, and you're gonna basically fly 8 meters. But it goes to the monster, 8 meter away monster, and for 5 seconds, it's gonna increase your movement speed by 15%. You could use this while you're spamming other skill, like you know how like you do like a little priest prayer thingy, and then that's a channeling skill. Basically, during that time, you could feel free to use this, and you're gonna leap 8 meters to another monster, and then increase your movement speed by 15 for 5 seconds. So, yeah. So yeah, that's good. So these are the pre-stuff. Pretty interesting. I noticed a lot of classes is getting a mobility skill, which is pretty nice, and damage and healing increased abilities, so that's good. Welcome back. And finally, we're gonna be looking into Heavy Gunner. We're gonna look into Heavy Gunner now. First active skill is Electric Blaster, Electric Blast. You're gonna consume 30 SP, and then you're gonna shoot a laser and 9 meter, hitting up to 8 monster for 180% damage for the first time, and 40% electric damage 3 times. Basically, it's gonna infect or damage over time for 40% electric for 3 times afterwards. So you're gonna shoot a giant laser out, hitting them for 180%, and then they're gonna get a debuff or bleed effect, but for lightning damage for 40% for 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Next one, we have another active skill, which is Reload, and what it does, basically replenish all your SP. Pretty much, it's just like how it says Reload. You're gonna get 100 ESP. Not ES, SP, 100 SP right off the bat once you use this skill. So, and it's only 2-minute cooldown, so that's pretty cool. More room to burst, guys. More room to burst. Next one, we have a passive ability called Time Bomb. What it does is your cannon's basic attack, rocket launcher, homing missile, grenade, blast jump. So within those ability, when you attack, you have 16% chance of activating this passive, which you're gonna implant a time bomb to the monster, and then that explodes after 2 seconds, hitting, and it's gonna make a 1.5 meter radius, hitting up to 5 monsters for 50% fire damage. So basically, whenever you use your basic attacks such as rocket launcher, homing missile, grenade, blast jump, and attack them, you have 16% chance of putting a time bomb to the monster, exploding it after 2 seconds, hitting up to 5 monsters for 50% fire damage. Pretty good. Another more, that's pretty cool. And lastly, we have a pass.
So they kept the ones from their original test. The Heavy Gunner, those skills were the ones.
It seems like it.
With the skill test that they did when they allowed everyone to hit 40.
Right.
But those didn't change.
And lastly,
those are the same ones I read originally.
Yeah. Lastly, another passive ability, Burning Cannon. What it does is 공격 시도할 때마다 캐논이 예열되어 3초 동안 캐논이 버닝 상태의 변화자를 모든 데미지가 for 3 seconds, basically your gun is gonna go on fire or heats up, so you're gonna do 1% more damage, and then this stacks up to 20 times. So wait, let me see. 이 효과는 최대 20회까지 중첩되며 최대 정첩 횟수를 초과할 경우 캐논이 과열되어 2초 동안 적에게 입히는 모든 데미지 20% 감소된다. So basically, so every time your cannon heats up, it's gonna increase by 1% for 20 times. But once it passed that 20 mark, then for 2 seconds, your attack is gonna decrease by 50% for 2 seconds. So basically, it overheats. So as your cannon heats up, so as your cannon heats up, you'll do a lot of damage. But once that stacks goes beyond 20, then for 2 seconds you're gonna do 50% less damage. So I think it's still pretty worth it. 20% increased damage, constantly, periodically, and it resets after 2.
They had it stacking at 5.
Ah, okay.
Thank God.
Yeah. So it's
Thank
20.
God. They had
Stack
it
is 20.
set at 5 in the test run, which I was like, I do not want that passive.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, they changed it to 20. I can work with 20.
Yeah, 20.
But yeah,
So
50% reduction in your damage. Just don't drop any skills other than your
yeah.
basic attack
Right.
when you're doing it. Otherwise, you just instantly killed your skill.
Yep.
Pining now.
Well, there is, guys. Those
So they
are
did change
these.
that. Good, because that was going to be horrible.
There you go. So those are your level 40 skills that you should look out for. I went through all of them. I really think the wizard is gonna be very overpowered. That's just my concern, but we'll see. But yeah, hope that was informational or informal or uh English is hard. Informative. thank you.
No problem. Oh God.
Oh yeah, but you know.
Football.
There you go, guys. There you go. Bubby, what was the crit passive for Knight again? Dude, I just closed it. What was it? Oh yeah, no, wait.
What? 5 seconds after you block a thing, the rate increased.
Is that going to YouTube? I hope so. I will have to put it on YouTube, right? Skill to look out for level 40 for all classes. I will definitely put it up on YouTube. So yeah. Well, it'll be up and running once I finish all this YouTube stuff. I mean, the whole blah, 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 blah. Why is PvP Arena impairing close? I believe it's an event, so it has a certain time period when it goes live. So you probably gotta wait, bro. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go to Tria and then buy those gears because might as well buy it now than later. Know what I'm saying? But just I'm gonna go do that.
I would say get the glove